We'll make a small diversion here. We've had a number of student requests to learn about HTTP patch, so I've added some new content here. And here are some of the actual questions from the students or the requests saying, hey, add patch to the course, or where is the patch method? Or, hey, what about the patch method and how can we use it in the application? So we'll actually cover that in this section. So we'll cover partial updates using patch. Now, the common pitfall is that if you want to do a partial update on an employee, and if you make use of put, so if you do a put on /API/employees, and you give the ID and the email address, here we only want to do a partial update, only update the email address. However, if we use put in this fashion, then notice the response. Notice how the other fields are null because we didn't provide a first name, we didn't provide a last name, hence those values go in as null, as that's not really what we wanted to do. We wanted to do a partial update, but put will actually do a full update. And so if you don't provide certain fields, then those fields will simply be null or whatever the default value is for that given data type. And so this brings us to the patch. So for partial updates, we need to use patch. Now the comparison, put replaces the entire resource or entity, and patch will modify only the specified parts of the resource or entity. So here we can do a partial update. And now the benefits of using the patch is that it's efficient. It reduces the bandwidth by sending only partial changes. And also it has flexibility where you can allow multiple partial updates in a single request. Now the desired output here with this patch using a partial update, we do a patch. We give API/employees/5. Here, this is a partial update, only updating the email address. And with the patch, the REST API convention is to pass the ID as a path variable, not in the request body, but as a path variable. And now when we apply this patch, notice here how the partial updates are applied correctly. We only updated the email address, and that's the only field that's updated. Everything else remains the same, so we don't get any null values or anything, only the patch on that given email address for employee ID of number 5. And this is good. This is kind of our desired output. So for partial updates, we make use of patch. And also another thing I want to mention is that in the previous slide, we showed an example of simply doing a partial update on a single field. Well, you can also do a partial update on multiple fields. You simply list those fields in the actual patch payload. Here, we do the partial update on the multiple fields. We have first name, email. This is for our patch going over for API/employees/5. We have those 2 fields. So you can have one, you can have multiple, either way. It'll go through to our employee REST controller. And then the result, notice here how the partial updates are applied correctly. So we've updated the first name for this employee and also the email for this given employee. So the key here is that you can make a partial update on multiple fields using that single JSON patch request.